Now, you might remember the news last week concerning Liverpool Football Club and its future, and that is that the owners, the FSG group, were considering offers for the club. They bought Liverpool back in 2010 for 300 million, and it was being reported last week that they were inviting offers for the club. Well, the FSG principal owner John Henry and the partner Sam Kennedy were in attendance at Major League Baseball owners meetings yesterday. This is what Tom Werner, the FSG chairman, has had to say about the future of Liverpool and their involvement. It says, "We're exploring a sale, but there's no urgency, no time frame for us, and as far as I'm concerned, it's business as usual. One outcome could be our continued stewardship for quite a while," which is interesting. The FSG partner Sam Kennedy, who's also the president of the Red Sox, said this: "There has been a lot of interest from numerous potential partners considering investment into the club. It's early days in terms of exploring possibilities for future investment into Liverpool. Great companies," he said, "grow by adding value to their business." And he goes on to say one way to increase that value from time to time is to sell assets or add investors. Does that mean FSG are going to sell Liverpool? I do not know. It's John Henry's, Tom Werner's and Mike Gordon's job to responsibly run Fenway Sports Group, and they felt this was an ideal time to explore possible opportunities for investment into the club. So just to repeat what the chairman, Tom Werner, had to say, he says, "We're exploring a sale, but there's no urgency, no time frame for us, and as far as he's concerned, it is business as usual." So that's the latest in terms of the future of Liverpool Football Club and its ownership.
£32 million Real Madrid target opens the door to Liverpool's interest. Expectations are high for midfield transfers next summer at Liverpool. The club is expected to undergo a revamp, and the biggest investment is planned for the midfield. João Gomes, whose name we frequently mentioned during the summer months, is one of Liverpool's targets. Liverpool target João Gomes has admitted his big dream is to play in the Premier League when it's time to leave the Brazilian giants and 2022 Copa Libertadores winner Flamengo. While Liverpool's desire to bring in midfield reinforcements is well documented, Gomes, 21, is determined not to miss the opportunity to spell out his own future plans. The struggling Bloodhound recently admitted he would do much more than be open to the idea of joining his Anfield compatriot Fabinho. Worth £32 million, Gomes has been linked not only to Liverpool, but also to a Real Madrid side that captured Brazilian starlets Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo goes long before they were household names on this side of the Atlantic. But given the choice, Gomes might prefer the Premier League over La Liga, further raising hopes of adding youthful enthusiasm to Liverpool's highly experienced engine room. The Copa Libertadores winner admits that moving to England was a personal ambition. "I dream of playing in a few European leagues," says Gomes, "but the Premier League is the most competitive and the one I watch the most. My biggest dream is to play in the Premier League, and I hope to achieve that. I hope everything will be okay." Gomes averages 3.2 tackles per game. He also received 8 yellow cards in 22 games starting in Brazilian Serie A in the 2022 season. Although Gomes is young, he does not seem like a player to be impressed by the physical nature of English football. Interestingly, the Brazilian player models his game to a midfielder famous for his technique rather than his tenacity. "I'm looking at Thiago Alcantara," Gomes said recently. According to the information, rising star Jude Bellingham is Liverpool's #1 midfield goal in the summer transfer window to 2023. But the cheaper name, João Gomes, is one of the candidates. "João Gomes would be a signing hell," says former Liverpool headliner Danny Murphy. "He would have changed the dynamic of the midfield. He would have brought a different profile to Liverpool in terms of being an offensive and scoring midfielder. He is a super player." João Gomes has really made a name for himself with his recent debut. In fact, although Real Madrid, which has incorporated names such as Vinicius and Rodrigo, has more weight in the South American market, the player's Premier League dreams and sympathy for Liverpool make him a closer target to the Reds. Although he is not very tall, his defensive actions are at a good level and he seems to have embraced the deep playmaker role. Moreover, it is certain that he succeeded in attracting Klopp's attention with his contribution to the team in offensive actions. Do you think João Gomes can succeed at Liverpool? Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is leaving. Liverpool star Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is set to be offered to his former club Southampton ahead of January as his Merseyside career draws to a close. The midfielder has spent the last 5.5 years at Anfield, but the club is not expected to negotiate a new contract with the English star, whose contract expires at the end of the season. The 29-year-old looked like a red-shirted superstar for a while, but a knee injury he suffered against Roma in the Champions League semi-final in 2018 derailed that. Oxlade-Chamberlain has never found his former form again and is preparing to leave the club in the near future as a result. The English player has faced an unfortunate injury again this season and has been away from the team for a long time. Injury return struggled for game time at Anfield, but Klopp doesn't see him as a key forward player, even though he's given him short periods of time. So the Reds can head to Southampton as they try to get away with Oxlade-Chamberlain's £125,000 weekly wage. The 29-year-old has suffered multiple injury issues since joining Liverpool from Arsenal in 2017, and for an often underutilized midfielder, the price tag should be reasonable. However, with Oxlade-Chamberlain's contract expected to expire in 2023, Southampton will be in a position to charge a pretty cheap fee as Klopp's side risks losing him for nothing next summer. Rather than losing the British star for free, it seems quite reasonable to earn a small testimonial income. In addition, he will be freed from his salary in 6 months. In addition, with the exit of Chamberlain, a new transfer will be finalized. Klopp has been in trouble with midfield problems this year and has been left without options due to players battling injuries. Disposing of these players and replacing them with new names will make the Reds more stable. The real Darwin Nunez is revealed. Despite the efforts of many rival fans to portray Darwin Nunez as a flop, he certainly proved to be different from South American Andy Carroll. Nunez put in an impressive performance against Southampton before the league was suspended for the World Cup, scoring 2 goals in one game for the Reds for the first time in his career. He put on an outstanding half-time performance, creating 2 clear chances while the 23-year-old took 3 good shots. This was only the second instance of a Liverpool player directly contributing to 5 goal chances in a single game since the summer of 2018, and he did so in a span of 26 minutes. The Uruguayan star scored his 9th career goal for Liverpool this season, with goals against the Saints. Adding his assists at Fulham and Tottenham, Nunez has contributed a goal every 86 minutes this season. But given the record testimonial paid to him, fans will want him to offer much more. Otherwise, he will not be successful in the Jürgen Klopp team. The former Benfica star had just 6 tackles and 3 tackles in 941 minutes for the Reds. These data seem insufficient when looking at the defensive contribution Klopp wants from the offensive players. However, there are different ways to control the ball. Chief among these is Klopp's famous gegenpress. On that front, Liverpool's most expensive summer signing has had a brilliant swap against Southampton. Research by the team at Anfield Index revealed that Nunez was the second most depressed player in the Reds' most recent league game. By their measure, only one of their 23 efforts failed. He has taken control 5 times, and while none of their pressure has led to a goal or a shot, it has been a problem that has hindered Liverpool throughout this season. But going back to Nunez and the Saints, it terrified him. Nathan Jones used his existing 16-player complement in his first managerial match with Southampton and smashed Liverpool's 27 number 9. From a wide starting position on the left, this is a good effort. The Uruguayan put pressure on the goalkeeper and kept midfielder Romeo Lavia. The Reds forward then put pressure on all 3 players who were later included in the game. Nunez had already hinted that it offered this level of work rate. Where opposing fans shared the missed clips on social media, Koppitz posted footage of him running back to cover the Liverpool penalty box. Fans know what Klopp wants from his players and are ready to provide examples to prove they are right. But what Nunez showed against Southampton showed that his integration into a fiercely oppressive Liverpool side is now almost complete. In addition to the already excellent goal contribution figures, this could only twirl well for the second half of the campaign. Frankly, Nunez had a staggering period due to the price paid at the beginning of the season, the superior performance of his rival Holland and the pressure in his new team. He was even left out of the game with a red card and things got really messy for him. However, he continues to show that he has broken the pressure and it can be said that he has fully entered his Liverpool career with his effective performance. His performance after the World Cup will be eagerly awaited.